It is August 31st, and I'm going to give you the latest update on the reopening of Guatemala for international travelers. Follow along. Okay, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever it is you're located. It is August 31st, 2020, and this is my latest update for the reopening of Guatemala for international travelers. So what I do is I make a phone call to United to get an update from them as far as their opening. If you remember my video from maybe 3 weeks ago, I called United and asked them, were you still on? Were you still on? And they told me that they could not book flights until the 2nd. So we know how things change, and I've been telling you, are they going to open on the 2nd? Well, let's see if I'm right, or did they actually push the date back, or are they still on for a couple of days from now? So I was able to stick around for that phone call because I was able to ask a few other important questions as far as traveling to Guatemala as well. But in the meantime, I'm going to give you a couple of stories that I found online. They'll be short, they'll be quick, and just basic, actually good information, positive information, let's put it that way. So let's start with this story right here. This one is by Deguate, DEGUATE.com. Deguate. And it's entitled again, Step-by-Step Guatemala Advances to a New Normal. So Step-by-Step Guatemala Advances to a New Normal by Rodrigo Perez, Guatemala President Alejandro Giammattei. Now again, I know all my viewers can read. I'm just reading along for those who are in the car and don't want to have to look at the screen or don't want to look at me. So President Alejandro Giammattei wrote yesterday on his Twitter account that step-by-step Guatemala is moving towards the new normal. The president's message came a month after the government authorized the gradual, responsible reopening of economic activities, which are regulated by an epidemiologist traffic light created for this purpose. That's the red light, orange light, green light, so on. Step by step, the country starts up again, and again soon, we Guatemalans will live this new normal with responsibility and care for our loved ones, he noted. On July 26th, in a national radio and television message, the government authorized the rehabilitation of some commercial activities, which must comply with biosecurity protocols. Additionally, ministries such as Health, Labor, and Economy verify that employees comply with internal and external security measures in order to prevent contagion. One of the most recent permits for public attention was held by the zoo, which opened its doors this week. Great work with the Aurora Zoo, an important example that in the midst of this emergency, we can enjoy safely and as a family, wrote the state. So that's when the zoo is actually open. They let in, I think it said 2,500 people. They broke it up into a couple of different shifts. So Guatemala is slowly starting to reopen. You know, one thing I noticed about all the publications, no one's giving details on mask wearing, on time waits, and so on, and any other stipulations, but I'm sure they're doing what they need to. The next bit of news, Uber promotes biosecurity actions on its trips. I'm an Uber rider. When I'm in Guatemala, I take Uber. I take Uber from Guatemala City to Antigua, and we've used shuttles, I think, over to Pana and so on. But anyway, this is a good one if you use Uber. Wash, use, ventilate. The 3 actions of biosecurity campaign against COVID-19 that Uber promotes in the new normal. To remind its users and collaborators to keep their hands clean, wear their mask, and keep the car window down. Through a statement, the company reported that the awareness message confirms that the safety and well-being of its users is a priority to continue preventing the spread of this coronavirus. On that account, they urge that you wash your hands before and after each trip and roll down the window, since air circulation reduces the transmission of the virus. And it just goes over a few more basic things like that. Another quick story. This one is entitled, The Sending of Remittances Registered in July, the highest figure in its history. And I thought this was a bit of good news, meaning Americans and other Guatemalan nationals outside of the country of Guatemala are starting to resend money back to the country. And this one, let's see. The sending of family remittances to Guatemala in July registered the highest figure in its history, with $1,078 million sent from abroad, also equivalent to an increase of 13.7% compared to the same period in 2019, which is good in the middle of a pandemic. The historical amount, however, could not prevent Guatemala from accounting for a drop in the total remittances during 2020 compared with 2019 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. According to projections released by the Bank of Guatemala and the Chamber of Industry, according to both entities, the cause of this historical number of remittances in July could be due to the fact that total of Hispanic unemployment in the United States showed a recovery in May and June after falling in previous months due to the coronavirus. Okay, and one last quick story before I jump on the phone call. More than 800,000 households have received payment. So they're getting their stimulus package there too. I really enjoyed this story that lets me know and you know that the Guatemalan government is helping somewhat. To the degree how much it helps, I'm sure every little bit helps, but how many people they're helping, I don't know. And I don't believe that shows here either. Second disbursement of Bono family continues. A total of 829,511 payments have been made by the Ministry of Social Development, MILDES, corresponding to the second payment of the Family Bonus Fund in support of Guatemalans affected by COVID-19. The head of the MIDES, Raul Romero, reported that 299,974 payments were made yesterday, complying with the instructions of President Alejandro Giammattei to support citizens and have been affected in their economy due to the pandemic. The officials explained that 2,665,931 families are enrolled in this social program, and each nucleus receives 1,000 quetzal. And I looked it down, 1,000 quetzal, let me see if I remember, is 129 US dollars. So 129 US dollars, which we understand goes a whole lot further than it does in the US. So the Bono Familia Fund is one of the 10 support programs promoted by the government in the framework of the pandemic. The goal is to help the most vulnerable Guatemalans. I thought this was a good story to begin this one and to pass on to you this evening. Now, we're going to jump on the phone call now. What I do again is call United and say, hey, I'd like to book a flight for the 4th. Can I do that? And you'll see what date that they give me. So this is the latest update. And of course, this is going to always be the best update because the government has to deal with civil aviation in that country, and then they need to get up their protocols. One of the big questions is going to be, which I cannot confirm, will be if there's going to be any type of quarantine when you do arrive. Right now, well, I won't even tell you. Just listen to my phone call, and you'll hear what he tells me. I ask a few other important and good questions. So follow along. Thank you guys for watching. Again, if I'm offering any information of benefit, please do me a favor. Go down and hit the subscribe button. Click the bell to be alerted of new videos. So I appreciate you guys' support. Thanks for following.
Thanks for calling United Airlines. Welcome back, Robert. Thank you.
Thank you for calling United. This is Trev. How may I help you today?
Yes, I'm trying to see if I could book a flight for this weekend to Guatemala City from Houston, Texas.
All right, sure, no worries. I'll be more happy to check that one for you. And for me to work things out and check here the options, I believe I'm speaking with Mr. Robert Christian.
Yes.
All right, thank you so much for being a loyal member of United. We do value your business with us. So let me go ahead and take a look here in terms of the flight availability from Houston to Guatemala, okay?
Okay.
All right, so as per checking here on our system, sir, it shows here that the flights to and from Guatemala will be actually set to be back on September 16. That's the earliest one.
Oh, they changed it. A couple of weeks ago, it was the 2nd. Okay. Okay.
I apologize for that. Yeah, but I see here 16 of September actually is the earliest.
Okay, so if I wanted to book What day is the 16th, by the way?
That is Wednesday, sir.
Okay, so could you tell me how much a flight will cost from the 18th to
18, okay.
yes, from the 18th to the 21st?
All right, sure thing. And is it a round trip or one way?
Round trip.
And when will be your return date?
From what did I say, the 18th to the 21st.
Okay, 21st is your return date. Okay, let me go ahead and take a look here. One moment.
Okay.
So how long you will gonna stay there in Guatemala?
From the 18th through the 21st.
So 19, 20, 21, 3 days.
Yes. Well, it depends. I need to find out how much it costs.
Just the price of the ticket actually may varies on your stay there, but let us take a look, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so sorry to keep you waiting, Sir Robert. As per checking here, if you're actually gonna leave by the 18th of September, coming back on September 21, the cost actually of the ticket will be for $650. That's the cheapest fare that we have, and this is actually our basic economy ticket, a special ticket with a restriction. And part of it, policy says that passengers are not allowed to bring full-size carry-on bag, only a personal item. And in terms of the seat selection for advanced booking will be per purchase. Passenger can obtain their seat for free during the booking process, during the check-in process, or it will be assigned at the airport. So I do have here also $600, the cheapest one. However, this will gonna apply on a flight leaving September 16, coming back on September 19, and also on a flight leaving September 24, coming back September 27.
Well, let me ask you this. I can pay more to have a carry-on, correct?
Yeah, we do have a regular economy ticket, and that is actually for $690 round trip.
So $40 to carry on one piece of luggage. Okay, also, I just read that United has changed its policy. I mean, this may have been within the past 24 hours, changed its policy for change flight. There's no longer a $200 change flight fee. Is that correct?
That's good news, sir. Yeah, we are no longer collecting the change penalty fee, okay? So if passenger book a reservation, but this is only actually, sir, let me set your expectation. The policy in place is for flights within U.S. and including Alaska, Hawaii, Puerto Rico, and U.S. Virgin Islands only.
But not for international flights. Okay. That's
correct,
important.
sir.
I don't
But-
recall that being in the
Yeah,
story.
but if you purchase your ticket for international, because we don't have yet an update, on or before 31st of August, you will be eligible for the change fee waiver. So you can make changes in your ticket up until or within the validity of the ticket, which is 12 months or 1 year from the time you purchase the reservation. So change fees are waived if you book the ticket on or before 31st of August.
But not internationally.
That is applied for international, sir.
Oh, it does.
Yes.
Okay, so if let's say, because here's the big question. If I book for the 19th or whatever date I said, if I book for that date and they make a change again, just like they just did, they push it back another 2 weeks, what happens then?
Well, for that one, sir, passenger do have an option to receive a credit, rebook it later, or request for a refund.
How long does it take to get the refund?
I'm so sorry?
How long would it take to get the refund if I want the money back?
That would be actually, sir, 14 business days for processing.
14 business days, and then they'll put it back on my credit card?
Yes, sir, back to the original form of payment.
Okay. When's the next time you guys will check? Because if I check back in a week, and is there a possibility within the next week they could push it back to the 30th of September? Or push it back another 2 weeks?
Well, that question actually, sir, is based on the restriction in place by the Guatemalan government. So if they will gonna lift the restriction, and if they will allow already commercial flights to and from Guatemala, then we will not, continue the changes or reductions of flights. But yeah, currently the update that we have received is the flight will begin on September 16th.
Okay. Okay, so who determines whether or not I need to show that I am COVID free? Do I have to take a test before I fly?
That's a good question. Let me take a look here for entry requirements to Guatemala. Hold on.
Okay.
All right. So as per checking here, sir, the restriction for Guatemala is not yet updated. It shows here that passengers are still not allowed to enter Guatemala unless you are residents of Guatemala. And only update here is pertaining to Guatemalan residents that they will be subject to quarantine for 7 days. So for this one, you may actually reach out to your local embassy if the Guatemalan government have been implemented a new entry requirements, because as per checking here on our resources, this is not yet updated.
Okay, did you just say to Guatemalan nationals, for Guatemalan nationals, if they enter before this date, they have a 7-day quarantine?
Yes, sir. Residents of Guatemala are subject to quarantine for 7 days.
Okay, so there's a good possibility that U.S. Or any other international traveler is going to have some sort of quarantine then, even when you do reopen.
Yeah, well, that is actually a good question, but I cannot answer as of the moment because the resources is not updated.
Sure. Okay. Well, hey, I appreciate your help. Thank you so much. It sounds like I can recognize your accent. Are you in the Philippines?
Yes, sir. I am from the Philippines.
Okay. What part?
I'm here in Manila.
Oh, Manila.
Sorry?
Okay. You're in Manila.
Yeah.
Okay. I know Cebu and Bohol and so on. Okay.
You have been here before?
Oh, yeah. 3 times.
Oh, it's good to hear that. All right. Well, hopefully, sir, you can be able to get back soon here in the Philippines for you to be able to get into access into some other destination like Boracay or either Paradise or certain beaches that we have as well.
Well, I'd love to get there just as quick as Guatemala, but Guatemala's a whole lot closer. That's a long flight. Yeah, or long 3 flights. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, sir. But hopefully everything will gonna get back to normal. And yes, Mr. Robert, it's my pleasure to help you, sir. And thank you as well for your time for calling us today. You just stay safe, okay?
Thank you. You too.
All right.
Okay.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye. So there you have it. Not going to open. It's been pushed back 2 weeks. It's sad that I have to call the airlines to find this information out. Our government doesn't tell us anything, and I have searched high and low. Let me tell you, I've spent hours trying to get this information from websites, from Guatemalan periodicals. It's been difficult. So this is the best information that I have right now. Thank you, guys.
We have a YouTube channel. Like it.
Please comment and share if you liked the video.
Please subscribe and kick the bell.